Yeah, hi, my name is Bhumanand Barik, and today we will learn about Cloud Code Agents. So let's go to the documentation first. So this Cloud Code docs. Okay. So in this Cloud Code docs, we will learn about agents. In last video, we have learned about how to create skills using Cloud Code. So the first question comes like, what is the difference between agents and skills? So skills is something like which we can like if we are doing some kind of repetitive work and we can convert that work into a skill, so we don't have to do the same work repetitively. So anytime the kind of work we need, it will directly call the skill and the cloud will implement that skill if it is required, while the agents and subagents works in a different way, though it sounds like a skill, but like in background it will run automatically. And if we can create multiple agents, subagents, then those subagents will interact with each other and they can perform the task in background, and it will give as a summary to the user. So we don't have to look into how the process is going on and what are the things going on. So once the agents are set, it will automatically complete the task and just give a summary kind of thing to the user. So that's what happens here. So let's go to the exact doc, what documentation says about the difference. Yeah, you can see these are the things which are like building blocks of this cloud code. This Cloud MD file, skills, code intelligence, MCP, subagents, agent teams, hooks, plugins, and all these things. So, like what MCP does while we try to connect some other applications, so that time MCP comes into picture. We can combine MCP with the subagents. We can put skills into subagents. Suppose there are like 5 or 6 skills are there, we can include those skills inside a subagent file, so that the subagent, while processing the task, it will pick up the right skill and it will pick up if MCP is required to call. So like that it will happen. We can include hooks also, we can use plugins also. So all these things we can use. And here it comes like agent teams. You can see like agent teams work like it is the orchestrators of a group of sub agents. Like a team leader it will work. Like one agent teams is created, it will keep eye on various sub agents and get the work done. It is something like that. We'll get into the exact definition what is mentioned in the documentation. Yes. So here you can see like compare similar features. Skill versus subagents. Skills are reusable content you can load into any context, while subagents are isolated workers that run separately from your main conversation. You can see aspect here when it is used, what it is: reusable instructions, knowledge or workflows, isolated worker with its own context. Key benefits: share content across contexts, while subagents context isolation, work happens separately, only summary returns, the way I explained. Yeah, here is the basic explanation how it works. Okay, so our goal is here to just create a subagent and see how it works, so that we'll understand the exact methodology. You can go through this document just to understand fully and to get into the exact mechanism. Uh, yeah, you can see when features load into context, how it happens, like session starts and then Claude MD, MCP and skills come into picture. And while in isolated condition these subagents are coming into picture. In isolated condition means like when you work in Claude you can see like thinking and analyzing, all these things come into picture. So those basically, those things are happening by subagents. So various subagents are working internally like to get the work done. Okay, let's create a subagent. Okay, you can see how many subagents are mentioned here. So agents on parallel work, run agents in parallel. What it means, subagents, agent view, agent teams and dynamic workflows. Each parallelize work in a different way. So here, not only we are talking about subagents, apart from subagents, there are something like agent view and agent teams and dynamic workflows. Like what depend on what? Like whether subagents comes into picture first, then agent view, then agent teams, then dynamic workflows. It is a kind of tree like structure with a proper hierarchy, like how the things are like built. So here it comes like choose an approach. The right approach depends on who coordinates the work. Okay, so the thing which I explained, like Claude delegates and collects results inside one conversation, including subagents. Then you hand off independent tasks and check back later using agent view. Like one task, you hand it off to the subagents to the agent view, it will take care including subagents. Then Claude plans, assigns, and supervises a group of workers like a team leader using agent teams. Experimental and disabled by default. We have to see, like I'll come up with a video like with the particular concept, like how the team agent works. Then script holds the plan instead of Claude's turn by turn judgment. So a whole plan is generated by the dynamic workflows and the whole team sets like agent teams, agent views, sub agents, all these things come into picture to get the things done. Okay, we'll now create a sub agent. Okay, what it is asking, subagents are defined in markdown files with YAML front matter. You can create them manually or use slash agent command. What it is asking, either we can, the way we created in skill by creating a folder, inside a folder we created a MD file, there we pasted some scripts like prompts, and that's the way we created the skill file. Like that we can create, like that we can create an agent directory and we can create the markdown file there just to create an agent. Or we give the prompt, we give the command to this Claude itself, so that Claude will create the agent for us. So this walkthrough guides you through the creating user level sub agent with the agents. So what it is asking, in Claude run agents. The moment we like type this command slash agents, it will come up with whether the session has, whether the Claude agent is having, the Claude is having any agents or not. There are user defined agents, subagents and predefined subagents. So we'll see here. Let's open command prompt, then Claude. Yeah, slash agents. Okay, no subagents are currently running. There is in running, there is no subagents. I'm changing the tab using left arrow. Okay, no agents found. And built-in, always available, Claude, Claude Code Guide, Explore, General Purpose, Plan, Status Line Setup. You can see there are some of the like agents, predefined agents, which are already there, but user-defined subagents are not present. So it is asking no agents found, create specialized subagents that Claude can delegate to. So what we will do, I'm using lower arrow just to create new agent. You can see it is highlighted now. Okay, I am clicking on create new agent. So for these scenarios, we don't have to go through the document. It is simple. No need of getting into the documentation just to create an agent. Once you open the Claude, it will automatically guide you how to create the document like sub agents. But I'm referring to the document just to explore the possibilities what are present in Claude. There are various things which are present in Claude which we do not explore all the time. So once you go through the documentation, you will have at least understanding of what kind of like menus and what all these options are meant for. The way we understood in the skills, if we select project level agents or project level skills, that time the way we explored, if it is created in your project folder means suppose you have open Claude in this kind of VS Code session. Yeah, in this kind of VS Code session, if it is opened, then here the Claude folder will come, dot Claude folder. There we can create project level agents. Now we'll create a personal agent. So I'm just using down arrow, personal. So where this personal folder for personal agents will created, it will be created in your base folder. Where is the base folder? Here is my base folder. C drive, then users, then my name. You can see here Claude folder is here, dot Claude. Inside this agents folder is here. Okay, so here it will come. So I'm entering, yeah, generate with Claude. Either we can create the MD file and put the file inside that agent folder, or we can give the prompt here, the description here in generate with Claude. It will create the agent for us automatically. Generate with Claude. Okay, now what it is asking, describe what this agent should do and what it should be used for. So help me write unit tests for my code. What we can do here, what I'm thinking of, like many people are beginner and they write many Python codes or various codes. So there is a probability that their codes may not be up to industry standard, or so like that it may happen even if they are taking the code from ChatGPT or from Claude itself. That code may have some kind of fault. So what I'm asking, like I'll create an agent which will go through the code and explain us the problem areas in that particular code. Okay, so the way it is written, I'm just trying to write it in that way. Help me in reviewing a code. Help me in reviewing a code which help me in reviewing a code which is kept code which I will give as an input. Okay, so this much is my description. I'll give a code as an input, and this agent will review the code and give me some output. Enter. Meanwhile, if this is getting created, we'll go through the documentation, whether we are in a proper like track or not. Simply, yeah, generate with Claude, give the description, a code improvement agent. Here also they are creating some kind of code improvement agent that scans files and subagents, suggests improvement for readability, performance, and best practices. It should explain each issues, shows the current code. Yeah, they have just elongated the description for better understanding. We didn't give this much of explanation. We have given it in a precise way just for understanding. Okay. Then comes select tools. What are the tools to be kept in the agent? So here let me explain you. We created skills like that. We can create various tools also, user defined tools. There are many tools already which are created. So when we create some kind of agent, it will go through a bunch of tools and it will ask us which tool would you like to include. So we can include the tools based on our requirement. Okay, for read-only reviewer, deselect everything except read-only tools. If you keep all tools selected, the sub-agent inherits all tools available to the main conversations. So simple, like whatever the tools we select, it will just select that one. It will use that one. Rest it won't. Okay. So then it comes like select model, choose color. So when the sub-agent works, it will change the color accordingly, or automatically also it can pick up the color. Okay. Then configure memory. What configure memory is, let me explain you. I'll explain what configure memory. Let me go through the things, whether it is, yeah. Now see, like tool concept came. So let's come here. For read-only reviewer, deselect everything except read-only tools. If you keep all tools like selected, the sub-agent will use all the tools. So here, either we can press enter to continue, or we can deselect. I am deselecting all tools. Yeah. Show advanced. Why did I select show advanced? Because if you do not click on show advanced, all these tools will, you won't see like whether it is there or not. Okay, now I'm selecting only read-only tools. So the tools which are read-only tools, those are selected only. Then I'm entering continue. Okay, now model comes. I have to select the model. Okay, simple. Choose which model the sub-agent uses. Okay, then color comes and configure memory will come. So let's go there. We'll see. Same sonnet, it's okay. Automatic color, I'm pressing enter. You can choose the way if you want. You can choose like this, like that. Okay. Preview, blue, code review expert. Let's select this one blue. Okay. Okay. Now comes user scope. What is this user scope? And it is also coming as a recommended. Okay. What is user scope? You can see here there is something, a folder is getting created like agent hyphen memory. Something somewhere, a memory kind of concept comes here. Let's see what documentation says. Configure memory. Select user scope to give the subagent a persistent memory directory at like at base directory Claude agent memory. The subagent uses this to accumulate insights across conversations such as code-based patterns and recurring issues. Select none if you don't want the subagent to persist learnings. Here is the major concept. If you don't want the subagent to persist learnings, it means the moment you assign some kind of agent memory, it will create the folder and it will keep the things in that folder for the memory pattern, so that the agent will have some kind of memory regarding the issues on which it worked, so that the next time when you do such kind of thing, it will give you some kind of result based on the previous learning. So this is one of the major thing which you can include in your agent. But time being, I'm not using this kind of uh, scope as it contains some kind of space. So I'm just clicking here none. My agent is a very small agent just to understand the code and give you some output. I do not require any kind of memory, and I do not want to make my agent to learn from previous experience. If you want your agent to do so, you can create some kind of scope. Okay, here the agent has been created. You can see the explanation, name, code review report, location inside .cloud agents, code review expert.md. Yes, let's go here. Nothing is created. Okay, fine. We'll see after some time. Here are the tools, glog, grep, red. These are all like read-only tools, model sonnet, memory none. Okay. Apart from these things, memory and all these things, there are various other things also which we can include. Yeah, save it and try it out. We can save it and try it out. We'll definitely save it and check. Apart from that, we'll just have a look on what are the optional things which we can include in this subagent for better performance. In the scope you can see like various other things like either we can create some kind of memory within the things within our Claude or managed settings, like what it is asking, like subagents are markdown files with YML front matter, store them in different locations depending on scope, like what kind of job it does, like can we deploy it using managed settings, can we deploy it using plugins. So where it is stored, the importance of agents increases based on that. Okay, here also you can see one more thing, like CLI defined subagents, like the way we are creating a subagent and it is getting stored in our .agent folder, .cloud folder. But if we do not want the subagent to be stored somewhere, we can use such kind of direct JSON files, such kind of JSON code, and we can put it directly into our CLI, this Claude thing, directly we'll put, and the subagent will work accordingly. Okay, like the same similar kind of thing. Like here you can see like two subagents are combined and hyphen hyphen agents is written here just to like give this JSON file that agentic mechanism, and code reviewer and debugger, two subagents are used here. Okay, managed subagents. What are the managed subagents? Are deployed by organization administrators, place markdown files. So this is in settings directory. Like any organization can create or put it using plugins also. We can create. One thing I would like to share, I would like to say here, like Yeah, like disallowed tools. You can see here disallowed tools. This is a kind of area where we can write something which will define that we won't want that like tool. Like if in tools read, grep, glob, bash, all these things are written, and if we are writing something in disallowed tools, it won't be picked directly by like this subagent. You can see disallowed tools. Yeah. See, scope MCP servers to a subagent. Use the MCP servers field to give a subagent access to MCP servers that aren't available in the main conversation. Okay. So what MCP server does, suppose the we want the subagent to work on a database, and to connect the database and to get the data from database we can use MCP server. Suppose we want our subagent to connect some other application and to get the data from that application. So we can use some kind of MCP server just to get the data from that application. So in that way it works. Like you can see, like there is a parameter MCP servers colon. So here playwright is used. So what this description says, use the playwright tools to navigate, screenshot and interact with pages. So here the playwright MCP servers are used just to connect and get the things done. Permission mode, you can just go to the permission mode. Here you can see like skills option is used. Already I had made a video how to create skills here. So if you have any kind of skills, we can pass the skills like inside that file. Manually we can pass it, and the sub-agent will pick up the skills. Okay. So for memory and also things, here I think we have selected memory as none. So there we can see like memory as user. Yeah. There is one more condition like hooks. What are the hooks? Here you can see like in hooks parameter some kind of tool is used, and hooks is basically like webhook kind of thing, like where we connect something. See hook input for the complete input schema and exit codes. For how exit codes affect behavior on Windows, write hook scripts in PowerShell and add shell PowerShell to the hook entry as shown in running hooks in PowerShell. Okay, so here how to give the permission and how to disable some of the subagents are mentioned. So it's a complete thing about subagents. You just go through and try each thing in your subagent and see like how it is performing. Yeah, the way we have created our code reviewer, a very small subagent. Here in the documentation, a big code reviewer example is given. Name code reviewer, description, tools, read, grep, glob, bash, model, inherit. You are a senior code reviewer ensuring high standards of code quality, security. When invoked, review checklist, provide feedback. Like this you can see. And for debugger, you can also create one more thing for data scientist. This is one of the very interesting use case. You can create an agent. That agent can like analyze some kind of data set. Being a data scientist, you are a senior data scientist specializing in SQL and BigQuery analysis. Okay, database query validator. There are various examples are there. Just go through this. Okay, so let's come to our agent. Okay, now what is it? What it is asking? You can see like in description what our agent says. Use this agent when the user provides code and asks for a review, feedback, or assessment of a code quality, correctness, security, or maintainability. This includes reviewing recently written functions, classes, modules, pull requests. Okay. Then what system prompt? System prompt means what we are asking system to act like. You are a senior staff software engineer and expert code reviewer with over 15 years of experience across multiple languages, paradigms, and domains. You have a reputation for thorough, constructive, and pragmatic reviews and make code. Okay, so enter. Now you can see user agents, code review expert, model Sonnet. Okay, now escape. If I try agents now, okay, running, no, library, yes, code review expert. So I didn't restart my session. Why? I have created this agent by using Claude itself. If I had created some kind of manual thing, in that scenario, I might have to restart this session. You can see like code review expert, MD file is created, markdown source, okay, 20 June. Now the file is here. Okay, now let's try this. Okay, we'll try this. How we'll try this? We have to create some kind of code. Yeah, sample Python function for basic deep learning task. I just generated this code using Gemini, Google. This is a very simple Python code. Okay, I have kept this code here. Sample DL code. This is a text file. Okay, I'll just explain this. You just go through the code. TensorFlow keras. It is a function created, run basic classifier, 3 epochs, batch size 64. Those who are from data science background, they can understand, relate with the code. I think keras dataset they are using build trains and evaluates a basic deep learning model on the MNIST handwritten digit dataset. Okay, sequential layers flatten, dense. Okay, model compile optimizer. So if you are aware of deep learning, how this keras, TensorFlow, all these things work, how sequential things flatten neural networks, dense neural networks, all these things work, you can understand what it is actually trying to ask. This is I'm creating a deep learning network using this particular function. Activation, here I'm using ReLU, here activation I'm using softmax. Okay, so I didn't have to write this code, I generated this code using Google. Okay, and I saved here. So I don't have any idea whether the code which is written that is good or bad. Let's give this code to our Claude to review. Copy path. That's why I kept here, just to it will be easier for me to copy the path. Okay, let me write review the code present in this file. Sample dl code.txt. Yes, enter. I didn't ask it to use any agent. Let's see whether it is picking the agent or not. Yes, yes. I'll review that file. Let me launch the code review expert agent to give it a thorough assessment. It found the agent and it is using the agent successfully. Yes. It is asking the permission to read. Yes. Tokens used 818 tokens. Let me tell you here, if you are using multiple subagents and using agent teams, the amount of token which you will use, that depends on each subagent. So combinedly all these tokens will be calculated. Here is the review. Okay, here is the review of sample DL code.txt, a TensorFlow Keras MNIST classifier. It is clean, correct, and solid tutorial baseline. The issues below matter once it moves. Overfitting risks, no regularization. Epoch 3 hides it, but a color passing epoch 30 gets worse test accuracy. Definitely. Okay, like this you can see here our goal is not to get into the how the code is written, but you can clearly understand the Claude using that sub agent. It verified, reviewed the code, and it identified the problem areas. What are the major problem areas, what are the minor problem areas, what is already right, that area also it has asked. Okay, sure. So in this video, you saw like how we had created the sub-agent. Like that, we can create many sub-agents, and we will create a kind of mechanism work tree using multiple sub-agents. Okay, so that at least we'll come to know like how the whole bunch of sub-agents work, with a proper synchronization. Meanwhile, you can uh, go through my skills video in which I had taught how to create the skill using Cloud Code. I'll be give like I have given the like link in my description, and share this video and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.